Well, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be doing some 4D puzzle warship builds. Yes, we're going to be building 8 4D puzzle pre-painted warships here on the channel, and I think this is the first time I'm doing this. The last video I actually did about a year ago, I didn't actually build any ships. I just went straight into review. Now feel free to check that video out. If you haven't, I'll leave a link down below. And so today we're going to be doing one of these. That's right, this is just the first one. Okay, so there's about 7 more of these, and they all have different looks, you know, modern. This is actually a World War II battleship, and the rest are all modern day warships. Okay, there's a couple of submarines as well. As you have seen inside if you have followed my channel, you've seen my community posts, you know exactly what I'm going on here. So as you can see here, these came directly from China. These are, well, it is what it is, but unfortunately the looks on the box here is kind of misleading, and the actual ship that you get is not exactly what you get on the front of the box. But only for this one, just for this World War II ship, which this is actually the Tirpitz, and not what you see in the front here is a West Virginia, Tennessee class battleship. So we're not be getting this one, which is a very, very misleading. So no worries. Nonetheless, these ships are all pre-painted inside. All you got to do is just snap the pieces together and voila. All right, so without further ado, guys, let's get right into it. So we got 8 boxes of pre-painted warships. Now the first one I've already shown you guys, of course, would be the Tirpitz. Now the box, of course, the box art is misleading at the front here. This is an American battleship, possibly the Maryland or the Tennessee or West Virginia. Now please let me know down in the comments below, guys, if you know what type of ship this one is. So basically we've got very basic infos here. Now it's all in Chinese characters, so I'm not really gonna talk too much about this. So there you go. So we've got the Tirpitz, and the next one we've got a Type 815 frigate. Now this is actually a Chinese warship, if I'm not mistaken. So yep, that's what it looks like at the front there. There's the actual model we're gonna get, and there's the back. So we got basic infos here, all in Chinese, so we're just gonna skip all that. All right, the next one. So we got looks like, I believe this is called the King Sejong frigate. Yeah, this is a King Sejong frigate. It's a type of warship, Chinese warship, and it looks pretty sleek though. I really like the lines on this one. Very modern, very sleek looking, cool, very nice looking warship. And there's the back of the box, very nice. So we've got a lot of Chinese characters here about the infos. And then the next one, we got a hovercraft or a landing craft. I believe this one's called the Bison landing craft. And this one is a 500 scale, so this is a lot larger. This is a larger ship. There's that's what we're going to be getting inside. There's the back. Okay, very straightforward. So up next, we've got a submarine. Now this one, I believe, is the Kursk sub. Yeah, the Kursk. The Russian Kursk sub. So we got 2 Russian submarines in this set, by the way. But unfortunately, the box art at the front here doesn't show us the Kursk. That's an actual American sub, a nuclear sub. But on the back of the box, that's the actual submarine, the actual Russian sub. So okay, very cool. Unfortunately, misleading image at the front here, but oh well. It is what it is from this 4D puzzle company from China. And next one, we've got another Russian sub. This is one of the largest looking subs. I believe this is the Typhoon class submarine. Yep, Typhoon class. Huge sub. And there's the back of the box. Okay, all right, moving on. Next one. So we've got another ship here, another type of frigate here. I believe is another Chinese warship. I believe this one is called the Fearless frigate. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, it's called Fearless frigate. Okay, and there's the back. All right, next one, the last one is a Chinese Coast Guard 21610. A nice looking Coast Guard ship, guys, and it's all painted in white. It's got some very nice colors here, very sleek looking. Okay, and now there's the back of the box here, basic info as usual. And there you go, guys. That's it. That's all 8 ships here. So now we're going to start building these ships one by one, starting with the Tirpitz. And we'll be right back, guys. Let me go grab my cutting board and tools, and let's start building. Babe กูเรคคอร์ดอยู่นะ Alrighty, so here are the 8 4D puzzle warships that I have finally completed. Now these ships aren't perfect, they have issues, and we're gonna go through with them, you know, one ship at a time, and discuss the pros and cons with each of these ships. So first of all, let's just start with the Russian sub, the Typhoon, here on the left. So here we go. Now the Typhoon is Russia's largest submarine in the world. I mean, it is a giant warship, even though it has, I mean, it is just huge. It's one of the largest in the world, largest submarine ever to be built, and it carries a lot of nuclear warheads. As you can see here, the front of the submarine, this entire section here, that's where all the thermonuclear missiles are kept. There's all the silos here. Okay, there's a couple of fins at the front here. Unfortunately, they don't go in. As you can see during the build process, I have to glue those in. And there's a couple of torpedo tubes, looks like, at the front there. Got our periscopes. There's 3 thin periscopes. These are very fragile. They luckily these didn't snap. And looks like we got a couple of propellers back here. There we go. They're hidden inside. As you can see them. There you go. All right. So this is actually not too bad. It's just all black plastic for the 2 submarines. So there you go. There's the Russian submarine Typhoon. And now let's work our way down to the Chinese frigate. So this one is the King Sejong frigate. Yeah, the King Sejong or King Sejong. This is a Chinese frigate, Chinese warship, which is very, very similar to a Arleigh Burke class destroyer from the US Navy, and this one is actually pretty good. I mean, this one is not too bad. I mean, even though it is kind of this part of the hull here is kind of sticking out, it hasn't gone all the way in. Unfortunately, I have tried to press this down, but to no avail. I did put a little super glue in there, but it didn't want to budge, so I don't know. It's okay. I mean, these are not perfect models. These are budget models, by the way, guys, so they're not very, they're not all that great, but they're okay. But not too bad though. The details on this one is actually pretty good. I mean, it's got some pretty basic details. So we've only got like white painted little lines here and squares here. These are all painted. And the helicopter landing pad, that's all nicely done. And then everything else is just gray plastic. So that's not painted. That's just the bottom of the hull here. This is all just red plastic. That's not paint. That's just one color plastic. So, but if you got one of these models, you can actually paint it a little to give it more depth and detail. But I chose not to because this one is just a straightforward one. It's got some good details. Very nice. Like it. Not too bad. Not much issue with this one. So now moving forward. Now we're going to I think this one is called the Fearless Frigate, I think this one is called the Fearless Frigate. Yep. It's a very big ship. This one has got a lot of paint applications on this one. Very different to what we actually got from last time. Since on our previous ships, on my last video, my last 40 puzzle video, which I did, I mean, the other ships, they're not painted in this particular style, but I'm not really sure what type of paint they use in the factory for this particular ship. It is very shiny, and it's kind of like a print. It's like a printed painted print details, and it's not sure what kind of machine they use to print these details, but it's not too bad though. It's actually pretty good. So we got dark gray details, we got white, we got this like brown color. Looks almost like brass brown color, dirty brass brown. Got a couple of guns here, and a couple of these harpoons, like these harpoon launchers. There's the bridge, got a couple of masts there. 4 funnels, the rear mast, 2 boats, painted white, and a little details here, possibly anti-aircraft weapons maybe. And these probably look like torpedo tubes of sorts. I may be wrong, but they do look like torpedo tubes to me. There's a little mast there as well. Sorry, not a mast, a crane. Yeah, there's a little crane there. There's a couple of helipads here. I think these are helipads. Okay, that's nicely done. Okay, got some pretty good details there though. So we got like 2 propellers here. There's the 2 shafts, no props on this one. Like I said, these models, they're so cheap, the propellers will not be included. All you get is just a bolt, just the 2-hull ship with the details at the top. So it's actually not too bad. This one, not much issue. Like I said, you know, we're gonna work our way down and see which one has its faults. Now, working our way to the next ship has definitely gonna be the worst one. Okay, now the Chinese Coast Guard ship, oh boy. If you see the build process, I had issues with this ship big time. First of all, I mean, okay, on camera it doesn't look too bad, right? On camera it looks okay, but when you saw me building this, especially putting the stickers together, I have issues. Now the stickers, yeah, these are stickers. These green stickers for the deck, that's a nice touch, but they're not very good. Some of the stickers, they don't want to stay down. As you can see, this one is kind of like flapping up. It doesn't want to stay down. You just gotta have to, you see, there's a lot of, my fingers are just way too big to get into all the tight areas. Even these 2 sections here, these two sides are flapping up and they're not very good. At least with there is a black sticker for the inside of the funnel there. That's a nice touch. Unfortunately, the paint job, the white paint job for the upper hull is very, very poor. It's poorly done. I mean, it's very rough. It's not smooth plastic. It's not smooth paint. It's kind of a very rough satin matte paint. I mean, I'm not sure whether you can pick it up on camera, but it just looks horrible. And the one other problem with this particular model is the lower hull. Did you see anything did you see anything wrong with this one? Well, as you can see, the front of the bow, that is protruding outwards, and then that is not right. I mean, look at that. The bottom of the section, the stern section, it doesn't align very well. The upper hull and the lower hull of the stern doesn't align properly. And let's just say that's because this bottom hull belongs to this frigate. Yes, it belongs to the Fearless frigate. So let's just say that, you know, I've got a QC issue with this one. Let's just say the factory in China that built this model, that, well, to put together this model, when they pack it into the plastic, you know, they accidentally put the wrong bottom hull for the Chinese Coast Guard. As you can see here, I didn't glue this. I just snapped it in. Look. Okay. It does look right? It does have the same type of fits, but I mean the knobs, these, you know, these tabs here, they have the same number of tabs, but the position is all wrong. Look, this one goes there, right? But the other 4 tabs at the back doesn't align properly. That's because this one belongs to the Fearless frigate. So I've got the wrong type of bottom hull, which is weird. I'm not sure what happened there. So, I mean, that is just one of the few things that has been fudged. This is the only ship that I have in this collection that is fudged. Okay? It's just not great at all. I'm sorry, guys. This is just not right. And the stickers. Okay, Chinese Coast Guard sticker on this side is okay. The stripe here, the red and blue, this is okay. The 1109 number for the front of the bow, that's okay. Unfortunately, that forward gun is missing. Yeah, I got a missing gun right there. It broke off. I'm not sure where. You see, when I open up the bags, the gun wasn't there. It's missing. So yeah, that's another QC issue. 1109, that's practically the same. But I'm not sure. Look at that, guys. What does that, I mean, what on earth? DRAUG Coast NHC. What the heck? I mean, come on. It is a budget model, guys, and they fudged up the writing on this ship. This side is correct, Chinese Coast Guard. So the guard is backwards, the coast is correct, the CHN is backwards, and the Chinese character is correct. Okay, the Chinese characters are correct for Chinese Coast Guard. Okay, Chinese character is correct, but the NHC and the guard, the drug, oh, come on, Jesus, oh, jeepers. That is wrong. That is backwards. That's correct. So these two are fudged. Okay? And these two stickers as well on each side here, they're just way too long. You know, I could have snipped them off, but I didn't. I just leave it like that so I could show you guys that this model has issues. Now the sticker for the rear of the stern here with the helipad, that's okay. So there you go. I mean, it is a complete disaster. This is not a great model, guys. I will not recommend this model for you guys. Unless you're lucky, you can get one with the correct bottom hull. But I cannot guarantee you about the stickers, because I think you might end up getting the same stickers like I do. But hopefully, if you guys do manage to get this model, hopefully lucky you can get one with the correct bottom hull. But this one I've got is a real factory defect. So let's just put this down. I'm not gonna go too much into it anymore. So moving on now to the next ship, which is my all-time favorite, of course, a World War II battleship, and of course it's the Bismarck class warship. Yep. And it is none other than the Tirpitz. It is, yeah, according to the box, it says it's the Tirpitz. It does look like the Tirpitz. And I have to say, I am very impressed with the details on this one, even though it's not perfect. The Admiral's Bridge is fantastic. It's not bad. I really like the details on that one. That is an entire piece that you actually, put straight in. Now, the deck is also the same treatment, the same type of color treatment like we get on the Chinese frigate, on the Fearless frigate. So it's got some pretty good colors here. The secondary guns on the side here, that is all molded onto the ship, so that's a very nice touch. And they're also being painted, but they're painted white though on the top. Oh no, the secondary anti-aircraft guns, they're also painted white at the top. And those are the cranes. They're painted black at top. And I'm very surprised, those tiny little lifeboats, they're painted a slight dark brown at the top of them. That's a nice touch. I didn't notice that during the build process until now. The funnel's good. Okay, it's got some details. You've got the searchlight platforms. You've got you've got your catapult in the middle there. Even though there's no airplanes, but that's okay. Looking at the forward bridge. So we've got the anti-aircraft platform over there at the front. There's your range-finding apparatus, another range-finding apparatus. There's your forward gun turrets, 15-inch gun turrets. Okay, those are the anti-aircraft ports. The gun tubs, anti-aircraft gun tubs. Now, unfortunately, one of my guns popped out. It broke, so I had to glue it back on. It's not the plastic's kind of flimsy on this one. Anchor chains painted black, very nicely done. Okay, now working our way down to the middle section, the midships. We've got 4 lifeboats, we've got 4 boats there. Unfortunately, there is no main mast for the back here, which is missing. So that is not included in this model, which is kind of a shame. It's kind of incomplete, but that's okay. So that our secondary gun director, okay, which are round balls here, that's painted white. There's a little drop of white paint. The rear guns, and the back of the stern. Now, the only thing wrong about this model is that the Tirpitz has only 1 rudder. That's wrong. I mean, originally Tirpitz and the Bismarck have 2 rudders, but on this model, we only got 1 rudder, which is wrong. I'm sorry guys, but this is wrong. So this is the only problem with the ship, is that we've got only 1 rudder, but everything else is okay. Nice little ship. Very nice, guys. I highly recommend this one. If you like Tirpitz, grab this one, guys, even though it's not perfect, but it is absolutely good. 0 issues with this one, guys. This was a straightforward build, very fun process. Okay, now let's just put this Tirpitz down. Okay, now moving on. Now this is the... Okay, this one is the Type 815 frigate. Yeah, this is the Type 815 frigate. Not much guns on this one. Mostly it's just a support vessel, support warship. And this one is also straightforward. This is all 1 color gray. We only got some white paint applications for the capstans and all these little details here at the front of the bow. Okay, we got our bridge, mast, looks like radars. These little round balls here, I think these are called radars. Radar domes. A couple of small funnels here. Our landing pad, helipad here that says 749. Very nice, guys. I mean, this is a very nice little boat. Like it. Got a couple of rudders here. Got some details in there as well. Down there. So this is actually a nice one. Not too bad. This is a good one, guys. So there's really not much to go on with this one. I really like this one. Straightforward build. No issues. And now moving on to the Kursk Submarine. Another Russian sub, and this is the Kursk. And this one is supposed to have moving parts. These 2 doors here, which is the missile silo doors, they're supposed to open out, but unfortunately there's nothing to support them in place, so I cannot show you the missiles inside. But if you rewind back the video during the build process of this submarine, you can clearly see there's a small part inside which contain the missiles. Yeah, there's a lot of missiles inside there, right inside the hull of this ship. Okay, but nonetheless, I have to glue these in place. You can see there I kind of fudged it a little with glue. Yeah, I got some glue leak, but that's okay. It's all black. Got some nice periscope details here. Quite a lot of periscopes for a submarine from Russia. So we've got a couple of torpedo tubes here. That's nice. Nice touch. A lot of little openings here for the ballast. It's got some good details for a Russian submarine. And the propellers are protruding outside. They're sticking out. Let's just zoom in on that. There we go. There's your propellers. They're kind of weird looking though. They kind of look like screws or something. I'm not sure, but that's what they look like. I mean, yeah, there's your rudders. There's the fin. There's the bottom. So it's such a nice submarine. I mean, it is a Cold War submarine. It's a nice little addition to the collection. So in this collection, we got 2 Russian submarines, which is very, very good. At least we got 2, one of the largest, the Typhoon and the Kursk, 2 of the largest submarines in the world. And you can't beat that, guys. I mean, this is absolute beast of a monster of a sub. So now let's work our way down to the final boat ship. And it's the landing craft or the hovercraft. Now this one, there were issues with this one also with the build process, but one of those issues was the stickers. Now the stickers kind of ripped. Yeah, it kind of ripped right there. And I was a little upset about it. And I got to take out all this again and realign the stickers properly so at least it doesn't look too bad. Let's just zoom in on that and clear the picture up. It's actually a very nice little landing craft, to be honest with you. I kind of like it. So it's got a black bottom here, which is all flat. Smooth plastic, by the way. This is also a very straightforward build process. There's really not much going on with this one. I mean, a lot of the plastic here is very crisp. Got a couple of guns over here. I didn't use glue for those. I just pushed them straight in. And we got 3 propellers back here. We've got 3 props, and they're okay. They look very nice. Kind of like it though. I mean, this is the first time that, you know, I've seen a 4D puzzle that uses stickers. I mean, apart from the Coast Guard. The Coast Guard ship is nasty, but this one is not too bad. This one is awesome, guys. Very nice. I really like this one. Now there is another set of there is a couple of stickers I didn't put on the Hovercraft, and these stickers right here, they go on the side of the hull right here, but I decided not to put them on. I didn't think they were necessary, so I left them out because I think it looks good this way. So there you go. It's a very nice little landing craft, but I'm not really sure which country this landing craft is from. Maybe it's from America, but if you guys recognize this particular craft, please let me know down in the comments below. Give a shout out. All right. Okay, guys, so there you have it. Here are the 8 4D puzzle warships that I have built for this channel, and it has been a very fun experience building these models again. And I mean, I think my favorite ship of this entire collection, of course, is gonna be the Tirpitz and the Type 815 Frigate, and of course the Typhoon, and this frigate right over here, this Chinese frigate. I mean, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, including the Hovercraft, I think these are one of my favorites in the collection. You know, these I think are 5 of the 8 of the ships. You know, 5 out of 8 are my favorites. The worst of the worst is the Chinese Coast Guard. The Chinese Coast Guard is an absolute disaster. I mean, it is. None said, none done. Okay, so there you have it, guys. Hope you liked today's video. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see some more contents like this in the future. Please let me know down in the comments. And of course, we'll see you guys again next time. So cheers, have a great day. See you around, guys.